Thank you, everyone. Welcome back to BBB Sharing. I'm Evi George, Director of Ignite, sparked by BBB. And together, I'm here with Barry Moore.
Hello there, Evi. I am so excited. I can't wait to the next topic. I love doing these shows with you because you don't tell me in advance. You throw it at me, and I love that.
I was fair this time. I picked one that I think you specialize in highly.
Okay.
And it will excite you.
Well, good.
And this one in particular is building a high-performance sales team. Now, with your background,
Yes.
you have a really good idea of what it means to build a high-performance sales team.
Yep.
You worked in car sales. You did. You had dump trucks, right?
I had a dumpster company,
Yep.
Red Box Plus
Yep.
of South Pittsburgh. Yep. And I had Porta Johns with them.
Awesome.
I own 64 Porta Johns. I gave them to my wife for New Year or for Christmas
Oh my
back in 21. They all got delivered from Minneapolis on like January 3rd. So we didn't give each other gifts because we bought a new truck and the dumpsters, which is a big deal.
Oh my
And
God.
64 Porta Johns. And I remember bringing her to the truck and saying, "Merry Christmas."
Oh my God. What was her reaction?
She knew they were coming. So she loved it. She wanted to be in that business. She was so excited.
Good.
Yeah.
So my question for you is, for those companies out there that are trying to build a high-performance sales team, and you know it's difficult to find people these days, what are some key values in an employee that you would think about hiring for your high-performance sales team?
So that's a great question. So you want the employee who you're going to interview first, right? You got to attract, satisfy, retain. So let's talk about attracting. It comes down to the owner first. It's a culture. The person has to know who they are, him or her. It's got nothing to do with the alphabet, the DEI and all that, or whatever it is. It's got nothing to do with that. It's got to be, I'm the owner of a company. What kind of company do I want to have? How do I want to treat my employees? Certain employees, it doesn't matter how nice you treat them, they're not going to respect you.
Yeah.
They're going to keep taking. So, and that works in some sales organizations. You're not going to have a great reputation, but it's going to be highly successful because there's always somebody born that will buy something and get ripped off, right?
Yeah.
We know that. So if you could build a culture and build in your mind a vision, you have to be a visionary. A lot of time businesses, I invest in a company and I want to get rich quick. I don't want to work for the man anymore. I want to be the man, and I want to make all the decisions because it's so easy, right? If I charge $100 an hour, I must be making $100. The problem is you might have a cost basis of $110.
Yep.
So you're losing $10 every hour. And most businesses find that out at bankruptcy and when they fold. So I think the owner has to know where they're going, what kind of employees they want, what's the relationship they want to have with their employees. Some are very aloof. They don't talk to their employees. They're rude and they're obnoxious. Then there's other people that wrap their arms around it. And then there's those people in the between. I'm probably in betweener. I'm a driving force. I do not let people lay down. And it's been different at the nonprofit level. But I think we've come a long way in 2 years. And I've learned a lot. I've learned to control myself differently than I used to because we're not a sales organization. So
That's true.
if you're a sales organization or a construction company or a garbage company or a broker or an insurance agent or a doctor or a nurse, you got to know who you're hiring. So once you know that, and then you start to identify what the traits are. You're not going to hire all clones. They're not all going to be alike or you will fail. So, and you want people to want to treat the customer right. The person that says the first 5 words in or first 5 minutes of their interview, how much do I get paid and how much time off I get? I would keep moving because money, you can't tell this enough. Money is the end result of doing everything else right. So if you don't have a plan, I mean, anybody can pay somebody, $50 an hour, but it's going to be short-lived, and that's when you get job hoppers. So what's wrong with building a great career and a great opportunity with a great vision, benchmarks, KPIs, and accountability?
Yeah, I agree. You've done that here. You've done a really good job. We have a wonderful team.
We do.
We don't have a sales team, but they do talk to our ABs, our accredited businesses, every single day. And they even get some owners to agree to become going through the vetting process to become accredited. How do you help motivate them to be a pseudo high value sales team?
Well, first of all, we value our employees, right? We're only 14 people with part-time people, and we're on a limited budget, right? We are always chasing that payment because we don't get funded by consumers. We don't get funded by providing all the information. Scam Tracker alone, that big report that IABB puts out, it probably costs, we pay a serious amount of money per year for the trademark and for those things. And it's a great benefit to the consumer market, but they think the money is from the government, which it's not. And all we get is donations because we are a nonprofit and or companies that want to be accredited. So over the last this year in 2024, Evie, and it's maybe tied to Ignite, maybe it's tied to the marketing that I'm doing. And it's not me, it's the BBB and our Central Virginia. And it might be, you and I and our staff going out in public, talking to people over and over again and having fun and singing from the same hymnal. We say the same thing over and over again. We don't change our messaging. We want a marketplace that starts with trust. Economic development is one of the big things I keep talking to our staff about. I want our staff to understand what an AB is going through, how an AB's got to make a profit, how they have to have a payroll, how they have to have advertising, marketing, and we provide consulting. We provide probably, if anybody took us up on it, probably $500 to $1,500 minimum on consulting. Just, what you and I could go to charge to be a consultant,
Yep.
we could make a lot more money. But we want to learn and we want to spark that's why Ignite Sparked by BBB is a great name, right? It started in San Diego or Phoenix first, San Diego, Utah. 8 years ago, they were onto something. And when you can come here and rent a space to interview somebody or just have a conversation with a high-end, a highly motivated employee, can come sit in that concierge room for $10 an hour and get a cup of coffee. You don't get interrupted at all those other coffee shops.
Exactly.
Nothing worse than working in the same coffee shop every day and people come up and they talk for 3 hours. Time is money, money's time.
And you always have that one person on the phone screaming in the morning, and it's like,
yeah.
But I agree. I think, the whole point of Ignite is to get people in here and to have those topic discussions, but to also be aware of the resources that we provide for them. And we do they're not a sales team, but they do a really, really great job of making sure that they find those consumer pain points and the accredited business pain points and help them find solutions. And it's like you said, they're supposed to be partners with these businesses. We want to be their partner. We want to help provide for them the best we can and for the consumer too.
Right. I mean, you sent out a lot of emails for me and you're making them look a lot better and read a lot better. But we communicate and people say, stop sending them. You're sending me too much. We went from sending 0 to now communicating, and there's still people that complain. It doesn't matter what you do. If they want to unsubscribe, knock yourself out. But one day, we just had 2 gentlemen win Tech Startup Weekend.
Oh, yeah,
I
that's
found out
right.
last night they won. And they were an AB. They have another idea to start up, and they won.
They responded to our
120.
email, and they came
Yes.
here. They went to the program. They won. And it's just so exciting because people don't realize that's one of the resources. They didn't have to pay for that resource.
No.
It was completely free.
Right.
All they had to do was come here to the Ignite Sparked by BBB facility, listen to Dale Fickett
And Sid
talk about Techstar Startup Weekend just passed this weekend. And they were like, yeah, let's do this. They went and they won.
The knuckleheads keep complaining that, it's amazing. And this is what goes back to our staff. They get frustrated, and I try to explain to them how it's like Dumb and Dumber sometimes. These people are in business. Forget that they're accredited. We're calling them to just say hello and what help do they need because we work for them.
Ask any other vendor that would do that.
Any of the other nonprofits and any of the other for-profit companies that have meeting space and everything, ask them to call for free. We're doing that for free and offering, and we're trying to do it 3 times a year, and they don't even pick up the phone. They don't have the courtesy to call us back. They're gatekeepers, right? So guess what? Unfortunately, there's 5 ABs, accredited businesses. I hired companies and I called ABs. And you know what they told me? The BBBs called me too much. And I was trying to get a price quote. And it's amazing. Then I do request a quote. And I have the money. I have cash. I pay cash. I don't finance it. And they just turn me away. So I'm never going to they could be an AB, but I'm never going to recommend them.
Yep.
Why treat anybody's potential customer? Anybody the network I have is probably, the circle of influence is 250 people average. I've got to have a circle of influence 1,000 to 1,500.
Yeah.
I've lived around the country a little bit. I've dealt in a high volume industry with people. And I also got involved in so many events for all my years, and how did we meet? Brick House Diner.
That's right, we did.
Your grandmother, I've known her for years. Did I know she had a spectacular granddaughter like you? No, talented. And now you're here and you're offering so much. And Crystal, as general manager, and we have so much knowledge. So hope that answers somewhat of the question,
Yep.
but I think these dialogues are great.
Yeah, I agree. Everyone, thank you for joining us again. Don't forget to follow us on Ignite Sparked by BBB Central Virginia on Instagram and Facebook, and follow us at BBB Serving Central Virginia and LinkedIn. Thank you.